Welcome to the CEO of Destiny podcast, where you will find the tools to fulfill the purpose of your generation and wildly succeed in the marketplace. And now your host, Andre J. Benjamin.
What's going on, everyone? CEO of Destiny. Welcome to this new episode. I am so excited. It's a beautiful day where I'm at in the city that I'm in, the Pacific Northwest. I wonder what it's like where you're at. You should send us a message. Let us know what the weather's like where you're at. You may have beautiful weather, you might have tumultuous weather, but it's all about perspective, right? Some people need the rain, we need the overcast. It helps our crops grow. You might need the snow if you're in a place where it's snowing. I hope not yet at least. Well, in any case, check this out. This episode, we're going to talk about what I'm deeming the word servitunity. Yes, opportunity and service mixed together, servitunity. Talk to me. Listen to what I have to say on this matter. See, I remember when I first came to the Lord, when the Lord brought me and subdued me under His love, He started to speak to me about getting active. I would sit and hear messages, and I would become so full of what was spoken to me. It would build faith in my heart. I knew that I was really reborn. It was starting to set in. My identity was starting to become clearer and clearer. At least the verses were starting to tell me that I had a new identity, that all things were passed away. Old things were passed away and all things became new. My past was one where I was really broken by rebellion and sin, and my heart was really dark and hardened because of the things that I experienced in my own life that made me have a hard heart towards the Heavenly Father. The enemy had done a job on me in making me have a tenseness towards the concept of there being a loving Heavenly Father. I thought of Him only as this standoffish figure, the man in the sky or the man upstairs, old Father Time with the beard that was commanding and demanding all this religious ceremony, rituals, and obligations. I didn't understand a loving Father with a relationship who desired for me to reach success more than I desired success. He was more committed to my success in the right way than I am committed to my own success. And He's my greatest investor, as I've said in previous episodes. So this day, I remember that, the John 15, I am the vine, you are the branches. If a person abides in me and I abide in them, they will bear much fruit, and apart from me, they can do nothing. That had set into me, and I was really at this place of attempting to live my life where I was abiding in the vine. Well, as that was going on, I had a friend come and challenge me and say, hey, why don't you come and teach a Bible study at the youth detention center? Why don't you come and volunteer your time? And I was like, I don't know how to. I don't know anything about the Bible. I don't know enough about the Bible. I don't know how to teach the Bible. So what would qualify me to teach the Bible? And this person was telling me, well, you have to try. The only way you'll learn is if you allow yourself to be in a place, in a position of vulnerability where you can teach it. That's the best way to learn, is by being active and being engaged yourself and getting in a place where you can be asked questions. And so it was at that time that I took the risk. I said I didn't want to do it, but they kept pressuring me, saying invitation after invitation. So needless to say, I went, and I was scared out of my mind, not knowing how to teach the Bible, barely knowing how to read it myself. But as I got there, in that time doing that Bible study, that's where I found who I was. I saw how much I really loved being around young people. It was at the youth detention center. I'm there, I'm talking to people that are incarcerated, and I'm shaking in my boots, trying to figure out what to say to them, how to deliver it to them. And when they asked me so many questions, I would say, you know what, I don't know, but let me see if I can figure it out. And they were very, I think that's where I developed my model, as far as there's a verse in the scriptures that says, do not look at their faces, just go deliver what I tell you to deliver. So for me, I had to not look at their faces. I had to take my mindset and put it on something that was more encouraging, so to speak. Well, with that opportunity that I went and I did that, it was very encouraging for me, because in that time, that's where I really did start to learn the Bible. That's where I really did start to learn how to understand scriptures. People were giving me other insight. People were giving me other insights. People were asking me questions. People were helping me out and allowing me to understand what it was that I was reading. Because I go to others who knew more about it, and then they help me out, and then I come back and share it with those young people. Well, that opportunity opened up another opportunity, which was people who were at the youth detention center, as they see me really coming and pouring out and doing this consistently, and just coming and doing my best, honestly, trying to come and spend hours just listening to people and listening. I did more listening than I did talking. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about God through that process, that during that, they would tell me, the people who were running it said, "Hey, why don't you come and work for us?" And I was like, "I can't do that. I'm in school, and there's no way that I can do this. That would be it's my senior year of college, and I've really got to take care of things." And it doesn't matter. We'll build around your schedule. Whatever you can do is what we'll do, and we'll actually pay you this salary and X amount. And it was the Father's provision that allowed for me to have this work-study situation. And it was a tremendous blessing for me, because here I was not only getting the hands-on experience of connecting to young people and discovering something about myself, or rediscovering my heart and desire to teach. I didn't know that, and I didn't know that I really had loved people who were in distress situations. But now the Father came and was my source once again, and he provided an opportunity for me to have this job, being trained and working with young people and really having influence over them. So it was very eye-opening. Not to say that there weren't challenges along the way, but it was a tremendous blessing. I had another opportunity that arose when I was doing some volunteer work at a school, and at that school they had asked me to come back and volunteer again, and not knowing anything, as they asked me to volunteer, they offered me a job. This was years later, that I didn't have any inkling of, and I wasn't really looking for. But that was another opportunity to get and to be transformed and to share with others. And once again, the Father provided. I can go into opportunity after opportunity. What I want to share with you today is Mark 10:45. It says, "Now the Son of Man, for the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to be the servant of all, and to give his life as a ransom for many." And what that means is that here it is, the King Yeshua said that his model was that he didn't come looking for people to serve him. He came to be the servant of all that were willing to understand and to believe in him. He did it for everybody, but there was the only ones that will benefit from this reality is those that put their trust in him, those that yield to his kingship. So with that being said, he poured out his life as a ransom. A ransom is a payment that is given for hostages. He bought us back with his own precious blood from the prison that the enemy of bondage, the enemy had us in. He had us locked into bondage. He had us locked into captivity. He had our minds blinded, and it didn't allow for us to have the freedom that the Father intended for us to have. So this episode was a short and brief episode, but I want you to think about, where are you serving? Are you looking for opportunity to serve? And do you recognize that these servitunities create doors? When you serve, you go out there and serve, opportunities come behind them. These, they say that these opportunities come as problems dressed in work clothes, that we've got to go and get our hands dirty, get our work clothes on, and get straight to the point. So do an evaluation for yourself. See where are the opportunities where you cannot look to be served, but you can be a servant of all with your gift, your God-given gift. You can develop and refine your gift. You can rediscover your gift, and then you can give your life as a ransom, which means to pour your life out. Where can you pour your life out? Where can you go and be replenished as you go and exhaust what is in you, when you take the little that you know and you share it with others, especially with the scalability of the internet? Is there a class you can launch? Is there a free study that you can launch? Is there a white paper that you could write? Is there a blog that you could start? Is there a photo journal, a photo blog? You figure it out. So this is what this episode was about. Servitunities are all around us. Serve, and the opportunities will arise as a result that will be beneficial to you. But don't give to get. Give because you desire to be a blessing to others. Signing off. Do us a favor. Subscribe to us. Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review. And I enjoyed hearing from you all. Drop us a line. Let us know how we can make it better. All right. Shalom.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. Do us a favor. If this was useful in any way for you, please go to iTunes and leave us a review. Reviews will allow others to easily discover the podcast. If you'd like more information and to receive a free download, Rediscover Your Destiny, go to ceoofdestiny.com. Thanks again, and tune in next time.